This is Amy Chan from CakeDecoratingSchool.com, and if you like cake decorating, you're in the right place. If you're interested in these products, check the links in the description. In this video, we are talking about one of the attachments you'll use on your stand mixer the most frequently, and that is the paddle. They come in a wide variety of configurations. You can see they have different kind of setups, and a lot of that will depend on the size, style, and manufacturer of your mixer, but they all have the same generic shape, right? They're usually kind of a spade shaped, and then they have a variety of configurations for the internal spokes, depending usually on how big it is. This one is for a 4 to 5 quart mixer, and this one is for a 10 quart. So one of the things that you can see is that they'll sometimes come in just a plain metal finish, and occasionally for the home stand mixers, you'll see ones that are coated. One thing to note is mine needs to be replaced now. That coating can get damaged, and once it's damaged, it'll start flaking off potentially into your product when you're mixing. So I've saved this one for videos, and we've ordered another one, but it's one thing to keep in mind when you're caring for your attachments, especially if you have these coated ones, that you want to be really gentle with them and make sure you're following the manufacturer's instructions for cleaning and care so you don't get chips and nicks, which may eventually happen over time with repeated use. So as you go up in size, if you start buying larger mixers, let's say if you're running your own little cake studio and you invest in something like a 10 quart mixer, you might notice that the attachments start to get much more substantial. That's generally a good thing. A heavier weight metal, a heavier thickness means it's going to be able to handle more product. So think more flour if you're making things like chocolate chip cookies, more nuts and other heavy product that's going to offer resistance. So that's a good thing. We actually have one that's really big. It's for our 20 quart mixer, and the one thing that probably I don't totally enjoy about the mixer that we bought is that the attachments were kind of on the thin side. So we typically use it for just buttercream, which is fine. But if I tried to use it for anything really heavy duty that had tons of flour or particulate like nuts and chips, I might find that it's too much for this attachment because of the thickness of the metal. So it's not quite as strong as I would like it to be for a mixer of its size, but since we're only using it for lightweight projects like buttercreams and cake batters, things that are really loose, it hasn't been an issue. So one thing to consider if you're upgrading to larger sizes of mixers is looking at the attachments, the quality and the thickness, because sometimes when you buy the slightly cheaper mixers, it's because the attachments are a little bit lower quality. So that's one thing to consider, is not just the motor, speed, power of the mixer itself, but also the quality of the attachments that come with it. And this paddle is one that you'll use a lot for frostings, buttercreams, batters, etc. And it's one thing that probably I get the most use out of all the attachments that come with my mixers is the paddle. It gets used every day, many times a day. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like more about the cake decorating materials and equipment we use, or just some inspirational videos about cake decorating itself, you can follow us on Insta or YouTube at Cake Decorating School. If you'd like to know more about yearly membership and what it entails, you can go to www.cakedecoratingschool.com for more information. And if you're interested in these products, you can check the links in the description.